think the most healing talking I do is talking on here for my job. Yeah, it was inevitable that I was gonna run away from you. You know, like my biology, what I couldn't handle it, like the vibration, like, you know, looking, like really being able to look at things now that I'm in like this no time moment, like I always, like, the hardest thing I have is like I just like, oh, if I just didn't do that kiss, it'd be fucking different. But like, no, I think that's such like, I need to go deeper where, you know, I think this is all played out, like, because we were really playing out an earlier cycle anyway. So it really is something I was dealing with in like 13, 14 years old. And then that was stacked on top of something that was going on when I was like 5. And then that was stacked on top of something that was going on when I was like in the womb. So like, these things are fucking layers. Like you, my lovely. You know, I looked back at those pictures and like March 19th you posted it, which is right around the equinox. It's like right the day before, or I think it was the day out. So like, there's something going on here, Kelly. I feel like I'm in the love story of my life. You know, I'm teaching you about, I don't nothing. I'm not a teacher. I'm just being myself. Like, we had no opportunity to lay down like this. It would have been a while. How the fuck could I possibly have a chance with that environment? Like, I'm really curious to make sure, like, that your version of the events of that situation, like, where, like, I don't know, like, I remember trying to talk to you and getting through by friends, and you guys just walk right, Liz just walk right by. And then, you know, I saw you out here and there, but like, I mean, how do you even patch something like that up? I just was like, you know, because we weren't like super official, like, how could I not know I was official with you though? You know, you're calling my games and stuff. Like, I was fucking confused. I mean, how to handle everything around me. So much going on. It's a freaking wild time. Jeez. I am thinking strongly about how, like, if I move into my great light, like, you know, no one could stop me. Return to London, just give speeches. I'm looking at their government page, trying to figure things out. It's like, I think it might be easier than I thought. You know, but honestly, like, on the private side, I'm not coming back until I make connect with you. Like, I wouldn't even be able to function without making sure, like, my side of the street with you is, like, totally, like, you know, like, you know, where, like, you know, it's fluid. Because right now, it's kind of, like, stuck in time. It's like a rock. It's like a statue. You think I froze, I think you froze. Now I looked at the statue again, it's like melting. I'm like, I only have a certain amount of time before, like, some of the, you know, details go away. So I gotta, like, pop in to, like, kind of, like, show you that, like, hey, there's reality here. Because if it melts too much, then, like, you know, I don't come in enough, then, like, there's no statue. Like, right? Like, the time capsule didn't work. So, like, you know, I mean, I'm sure I have another week or two, but I don't have months, that's for sure. See, I'm in the basement, like, my billet's house. I know, like, I'm thinking back, like, you know, even after the bar night, like, we can't even text each other. Like, we can't even message each other. You know, we're not on the phones like texting and stuff back then. You know, phone calls to billets, and then, you know, meeting downtown, or meeting somewhere, picking you up at a certain time. Like, now we go into that whole zone. I mean, I end up being an idiot, and then I feel like I can't call you. So then you're just thinking like I am fucking an idiot, and, you know, I don't even get to say anything. God damn it, that's so stupid. Like, why the fuck I do that? I did it for the long term, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I did it to, like, cycle back to my family trauma, like, tree, instead of finding my own family tree and just trying to work things out. I mean, I had no money back then. I wasn't signed. I wasn't drafted. Like, I was just like, you know, I couldn't deal with any drama, I think. I was just like, I don't want to get into it. Like, I was like, fuck. I fucking love you. How the fuck do I tell you? That's how I tell you? I guess I leave. See, remember, I already hate myself when you met me. In a way, like, you know, we're poking through to each other because we want to not hate ourselves. You know, but so once we meet, you know, like, it's pretty flawless. Like, I mean, we somewhat separate, then come back. It's like immediate. Like, fuck. You know, it's a spatial thing too. You know, you leave fucking an area, come back. It's like just like rad. It's like all this energy. That's why, like, being at one place like for a long time is like, oh, it's tough at times because it's like it's everything is here. You know, I can't go out and air it out. But then, like, it's nice because it's like I'm not like, I can think a little more centerly. I'm so nervous. Like, so nervous now about approaching you. Like, if I approach you and you just shut me down, reject me, like, I'll fucking spiral. Like, seriously. Like, I need to figure this out. Because, like, I'm still in a zone of, like, letting go of the outcome is not an option right now. So, like, I need to figure out what I need to do to make sure I need to let go of the outcome so that however I contact you, like, it don't matter what happens because, like, I'm not connected to the outcome. Like, I can feel myself like, oh my God, if I lose you again, right? Because I think I found you because I think the message is fake, or I think time has gone by where you might change your mind, or I think I perceive something. I think I might perceive in your pictures. Like, you know, we trick ourselves every day by thinking. By thinking. Like, I mean, it was a tech issue, like 2007, 2008. We still don't even really have tech. You know, I get, you know, but the first time we have a BlackBerry and I'm in London, like, I mean, you can't even, like, fucking Prusty's, like, fucking glued to his BlackBerry. You know, I'm already seeing, like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to talk to him, and he's like, it's like a fucking robot. And I'm already into, like, trying to look for my way out to figure out how can I help all this? And, like, you know, we haven't even, you know, really reconnected, but we're still somewhat talking. Like, what's the energy there? You know, I'm in London once in a while in the summer, like, there. I'd really like to, like, know and cross-reference where you were at, because honestly, I fucking was, like, looking for you all over the place. But, like, see, like, I know you're not that girl. I'm not, what am I gonna call you? Hey, let's hang out. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, let's hang out and, like, look at each other and, like, not be able to process what the fuck happened. Like, I mean, like, we're already on that trajectory, right? Like, I'm the one that fucked it up. Like, my producer knew to stay away. Like, I mean, I had to give you space. Like, what? I mean, I show up and then disappear. I show up, I disappear. That's terrible. Like, you know, That like, I'm like, then it looks like I'm playing around with you and your emotions, and like, I'm not trying to be that guy, right? I'm just reserved. Like, if a girl comes into my field, they're like extremely aggressive, like, and like before I didn't really know how to handle stuff like that, and then like I get older, I just replay. I replay the runaway. I replay like I'm running from myself. Like you're my true like true connection or thought. Like I said, we lose that year. I don't even go on the trip. I don't even go on any type of ritual thing. Like, you know, the fucking whole reality is different with like my whole bedside. So the fucking winner, like, they don't care who wins. They know that some fucking kids are getting fucking traumatized. That's how it works. You know, but like by the time we were doing it, it wasn't like, you know, it was forced upon us. It's just like kind of like a cultural norm. It wasn't like, you know, you have to do all this. Like, it was just kind of part of like the cultural norm, and like back, like, but helps me see back in the day how like it was like, oh, you have to do this. Like, that was like how it was. Like, so like I'm like at the break point, because like I bring those guys on my platform. They talk and they fucking like talk it out. Like, they're like 10 years older than me, so they're on there talking it out. But I'm in the middle, and I'm allowed to be in the middle because I'm the king. You know, I'm the one who got the back end and the front end. You know, I'm the one who got the fucking hazing, and I got the championship. I got the championship because I went through the hazing. You know, I sit there when I'm meeting you. I mean, I want to tell you. Oh yeah, you want to hear a story? So now you told me to, oh, I can't handle this. Go get the throne. I'm like, okay. I know what to do. You look so beautiful in the bar when I saw you. And I didn't know how to talk to you, right? My tongue was cut out. How can I talk to you? I had to go find my tongue. There's got to be some kind of like reflection in the ancient wording, because we're like some kind of like king, queen, royalty shit. Like gangster friggin' network. Seriously. I'll rule that city. See, it really is about, you know, like, how does the city treat you? Now I step in, re-support you. Everyone forgets about that event. Like, nobody even knows, right? The only reason they know is because it's part of the epic fucking rollout of my timeline. So, like, we just, like, you know, connect together, like, and then, like, all that whole energy of, like, you know, your ex and, like, what might be there, and, like, all the like, how the London energy, like, is clamping you. Like, what are you going on vacation with him? Like, how's that working? Like, you guys getting out of the city and seeing the world? Like, how's that even work? Like, it sounds like it's like he wanted to scoop you up, clamp you down, and just keep a little lid over you. Like, that's what people do, you know? He knows you're limited with your resources, so he wants to say, oh, I'm the only resource. Now you can't do this. Like, it sounds like even in your bio thing, just sharing pictures of me and life of my two boys, pretty much. Like I see you in those pictures with Amanda and your sister. I mean, you have a side, you want to show off. You know, that was me, you know, that was my fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry. And I'm bringing the throne back, the big one. You know, I was a little bit like, I gotta leave this place, man. There's too many warring sides. Like, you know, to have you there sitting there and everyone war in front of us because I can't stop it. You know, because they can't see my power yet, you know. That was hurtful for me. you know, to see the guys fighting when we're all winners, you know, like, I just don't understand. You get to the end of it, and everyone's still fighting. I don't, you know, I just didn't get it. I couldn't process. So I'm just like double backing into my defense. I'm defending the boys. I'm defending my secrets. Can't open up with her. You know, so I go get my tongue cut out myself. On like the most public way possible. It's like a replay of my gambling crashes. It's like I lose epically. And I win little by little. So when I win little by little, but when I lose big. And that's like the building blocks, I think, repetition, like building blocks, building life little by little. And then the anxiety or whatever attack comes. So, yeah, I don't have much longer in my capsule here to cry like a baby. Gonna have to walk like a toddler. So I just basically, you know, the moon's already there, right? The moon's in London. The moon's always been in London. You're the moon. You know, I'm the sun. I went from Buffalo over to Detroit, you know, Windsor, Sarnia, you know, to get to London. I went through like the whole fucking path to get there. Now, you know, the sun leaves. I have to go around and like turn on all the lights. You know, you're the etheric. The moon is the etheric like pool. It's the etheric pool. Like it's keeping the sun, you know, beaconing. That's why you have two suns. It's getting ready for the beaconing, getting ready to the support middle. Now there's three suns around you. You know, because your husband's not your lover. Your husband is your husband. That's why they're called husbands. You know, that's why like back in the day they have like, you know, tons of wives, like, you know, but that's like just their language of tricking us with. And then they teach us to be monogamous and one partner. And then that's the opposite, you know, vortex of them tricking us the other way. Right? Because like history is whatever they make it when you search it. So it's whatever they need to be made within that time frame, like 10, 20 years of like whatever is going on with tech. So like this is why like us humans, like me and you meeting and fucking having memories stored in the vortex, like we are the fucking tech. Like nobody can steal us. Nobody can like plug in and take our data. Like ever. Like literally nobody can. Like it can never ever be done. We're emotional tech. So like we're not like a computer you could plug in and fucking take the fucking the ones and zero data onto an external device, take it out and move it around. Like, and because we're free will fucking fountains, like from the heart, it's free will decision. Like we have to call bad things into our field. You know, we have to like call them in, like if they're gonna enter. So like me with the whole situation, I'm calling that situation in. Like, yeah, I'm not going out and kissing the girl, but I'm calling it in. Because I'm in the demon fucking vortex, like with the fucking ritual shit. Like, and now I'm fucking on center stage, like a fucking course it's gonna happen. Like, so then like, you know, I can't even, like, I can't share it with you, you know, because like, tongue to tongue on you, boom, we explode the light, you know, tongue to tongue on her, which diminishes the light, so I collapse. Like, kissing you, I'm opening the light. You know, that's why, so I collapsed for so long where I just, boom, boom, I fold in and out. Now I see again, you know, because I collapsed for so long. you know, and now I'm opening up to a new like vortex of like seeing. That's why like I created this time capsule. Like that happens. I'm like producer, you know, right? That happens. Remember, the producer kept me there because I'm like, you know, I know I'm the one that knows all the memories of what got the boys there, right? Like whatever. Like I don't know exactly what's gonna happen in the future, but like or whatever, but I know that I'm coming to this place, like this time capsule space. Like I'm in the basement, 12 years old. I know I'm creating a time capsule like space, like after I go through the hockey fucking picture. You know, so I know I'm here. So I know like, okay. You know, you're in London, you know, you don't I already know your situation, like, you know, you can't, like, they're already clamping you, like, right? Like, they're already clamping you. I already know that. They're already kind of taking your light, like, you know, because they want to, like, oh, look at her light. You like her light? Oh, yeah. Now they step in front. Hey, look at my light. You know, then the guys are like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And then they kind of like, you know, then they step in, they get the guy. You know, I see right through that right away. Boom. I'm like, boom, I go right to the source of the trickery. You know, that's why they're like, oh, the knight wanted Callie. Why does he want Callie? Why is he taking his time with Callie? Why is he doing that? What's he doing that for? Why is he taking his parents? Like, it must be serious. That's a statement, right? I'm taking you with my parents. Oh, it must be serious. He must really like her. Like, yeah, I fucking like her. I fucking love her. How the fuck do I tell her, though? I'm fucking adolescent. Like, I'm figuring things out. Maybe I love her, maybe I don't. I don't know. Like, I think I do. I'm feeling all these things. I'm making a memory bank. I'm a tech, right? All these kids, they're techs. They're technologies. You know, and they're replays. So they want to trap the parents in a replay cycle and then get the parents to envy their own kid because they're envying the son. Like, oh, that's the fucking tech god. That's the fucking black human. Because really, we all spawn from the black human. The black human is the original tech. Black man, but actually that spawns, right? The man's fucking a dead cell. It can't fucking procreate its line. It's really the fucking black woman. It's the fucking original tech. So, like, that's why they're the tribal people. So the white man stole the black man's fucking template. You know, double back it again, Vikings. Now they create all these teams, make all these sports tribal. They're doing the ritual unconsciously, and then under the surface, it's really where they're having sex out there every day. You know, and then in the locker rooms, like, it's really about fucking banging all the women. And, like, treating the sexual stimulation of the woman, female, as if it's like a male trophy, like as if it's like a male, you know, creation. But really, you know, the female is there, you know, to give power over to the male by being present. So that's what you're doing there the whole time. You're giving power over to me by being present with me. Now I do something like that, you're taking power away from me by walking away. You see, this is time vortex. Like, we're sitting there. That was your test, right, of the emotions of the environment that I am. That's your test right on the public square. Like, I mean, that's why, like, it's not a fluke, right? Oh, fuck, I walk right into the camera. Like, that's why as a producer, I'm processing it now at a rate that I can actually unpackage it. So, like, you know, it's your test. It's your actor's test. You know, in my producer's mind, you perform beautifully perfect. In my actor's mind, I hate it. Like, you know, in my director's mind, you know, it's what my producer wants, so I have to act appropriately, which means when I'm out in public with you, I'm now the director, meaning, like, everybody's around, right? So everyone's kind of like, they don't know, right? That's the edge of the cup. Oh, what's going on? If we were sitting there like king and queen, they'd be like, oh, fuck. You know, they'd be like jealous, right? Like, they'd be like, you know, I want to fuck him and I want to fuck her. Like, that's how it is. Like, you know, it's just unconscious under the surface because they're drinking it. It's the forgetful beer because they're getting fucked, you know, by their parents. And then the parents by the parents. So the cup by the cup, hand me down. Now we drink out of the fucking 80-year cup. Now we're fucking walking gods because we're present. We're not dead. Now we're walking. They're like, oh, like it's part of like the like under. No, they're not physically like oh, but it's like it's the underconscious energy. Like I go walk around and I don't say what my name is. It's not gonna take very long before someone notices me. This is one reason why I, you know, couldn't be in London. I have to re-identify myself. You know, I get the long hair. I look like a yogi. Like no, you know, like whatever. Like, you know, I have to do that for myself. So I look in the mirror every day and so like see a different person. Now I'm coming back in. I see a hockey player again. Now I'm connecting with the language. You know, I need my lover because hockey. I'm like now I'm getting like realizing hockey was like is love making. And like I'm like there's only one love making I'm making. You know, that's with my twin, right? You're my twin. You know. So that's why I see right through the veil right away, like, oh, like I don't have that, like we have to go through that test with me and you. You're not fucking my twins, my teammates. I'm not fucking your sister. Like, we're not even going into that energy because we want to heal that threesome energy. We're not here to repeat the threesome energy. You know, I do that trauma. I go through the initiation for fucking 15 years of like watching you having to, you know, and then it's my like trigger to say, hey, you're still there with me because you have two boys. You know, you have a daughter. Okay, then now you're with your lover. You know, you have two boys. It's like, oh, my brain, my now producer brain is like literally just the one that's sitting there all the time making everything happen. Like is like now like wait, something's going on there, glitching. Something's going on. Director, look over there. Director, look over there. Now that makes me want to reach out. And now I'm directing again. Now I'm directing you a little more into the field of my actor, which is where my producer's centered. And then now we're fucking like dolphins, like shit, like you know what I mean? Like we're like dolphins, like literally, like just like making dinner or whatever. It's just like whatever we're doing, like we're dolphins, like we're making sonar, like we were like from day one. Like sonar, like even I watch you, like I'm like, how lucky can I be, like that you walk all the way over and come right there, like that sonar, like boom, 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 boom. Like if you stand over at the bar over there, now I have to make the decision right away as soon as I see you. What am I gonna do? Get up and walk over there to say hi? Like I'm already putting the time vortex as soon as I lay eyes on you. You know, we never really get to talk about this like at depth because like this is like the greatest love story of lovers. Like, oh, how'd you meet? Like, I'm fucking talking about this fucking for infinity, right? Because it opened up the vortex. Like, the grand portal's open now. I got my eyes on you. My eyes on you. Now it's up to, like, my actor to kind of, like, you know, interact in line with the director-producer. That's that's the show, right? I'm trying to make it to the show, right? We all call it the show. You know, if you want to be with the hockey player, you know you're going to have the image of that. You know it's called the show. You are the show, technically. Like, you actually surround the show. Like, that's why, like, you surrounding me, my success in the show was somewhat like what it was because I'm playing out a different, I decided on a different path back then. You know, I'm not taking anyone else to fucking, I don't have another girlfriend, like, right? I'm not scooping up another girlfriend, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't kissing that girl because I wanted her to be my girlfriend, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, there's all this, like, fucking weird shit going on that you couldn't process as a teenager, like, and these kids are doing the same thing. You know, this college, the bar, you know, it's still happening, like, so here I am going a million miles an hour, like, I can train you, right? It's meant for the woman to sit there and the guy to fucking, like, boom, like, all around, like, tribe, like, beat, you know? So, like, I'm gonna have to rest my voice, but, like, my voice box is somewhat of the lovership going out into the now time space. And I'm, like, I'm like that person on the ice, like go, 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 go. Like if I'm with my lover, I'm fucking making you just explode like thousands of times. Like you can't tell me to stop. You know what I mean? Like my ejaculation is like I get more, entrained. That's where I'm at with you. That's why like I tried to find that, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, and then but that memory's buried so deep because of what came after that. That's why it's a ritual. It's part of like I don't know what I'm doing really, right? Remember, I'm the guy that hates myself. And now that I'm in the flip, I'm loving myself because I'm making love to you. I'm like, because I'm watching every video to make sure that Kelly's eyes see me in regards to like, I'm not, this is rich content. This is lover content. Like you're laying in bed, you can't turn me off, right? Because I turn you on. Now the tech is there where I can access you when like before, like you're like, the tech is surrounding you to the point where it popped in, like the family unit really didn't matter because it's in your peer situation with your kids, which is what? Me, right? I'm sending a message back to myself in time through that trigger of awakening, the message memory to that, hey, there's some thoughts here that are now peeking through, becoming physical, because I'm eating food thinking about this now. So you're enabling me, just the memory and the active participation as we get into more now time space. You're enabling me to be like this producer that I envisioned us being, like, because that's what it is. Like, technically, we're the gangsters. We're the new age gangsters of the community. That's how all these little pods are set up. So if they bring the cup to the community, they become king. Like all the players. And then all the players have a written code underneath that, who they qualify as king. And it's a spin-off of what happens with the fucking throne in England every fucking round of the bloodline. So they just double back it into yearly cycles to compress the time. Like, what if one season was 2 years? And they gave the kids a little more time to develop on one team. You know what I mean? Like, this is like the kind of thought perceptions I'm going to start bringing into people to understand what's happening. Because the kid business is a model so that they can pound it into the adults, so they can pound it back to the population, so that they can keep us sleeping and ignorant of the fact we're up there cheering for our own memory while we become more unconscious and live to die. So, like, I can get through to you. I know I can get through to you. It's just a matter of my healing my trauma on my actor side, so that I don't like recreate that replay as I interact. Like right now I'm acting. As I go enter, it's like, this is like the concept of if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it exist? Okay, this is what I'm putting on display right now, okay? Because you know that I'm making these, right? Like, there's an aspect of you in now time space that knows everything. So you know I'm making these videos right now. So how you're interacting in the world right now has some type of a butterfly effect because I'm paying attention to you. So it's already being entrained. Now when you start to interact with the videos at will, because it's your choice when you do, when you watch, and when you won't. The only choice I have is when I release the whole thing, which would what? Be the fucking ejaculation, the seed. I mean, likely technically, like, yeah, like the guy has control over his ejaculation, but technically we're supposed to give over power to the woman. The woman's just supposed to control it herself, and then she just uses it at will. And the guy's just supposed to go with the movement of the woman, like, because the woman knows most. You know, the guy isn't supposed to fucking pin her down and penetrate. Like, that's the fucking opposite spectrum, you know. So you do so like you have to like go in and out of that because we've been traumatized as that. But essentially, a woman finds the effortless flow of the heart. Like, this is just me talking. I've never even come close to even trying shit, like any real close shit with anyone, really. I'm just like really making love to the fucking camera, who's the fucking crypto, the fucking technically the camera created the reality for us, right? Because of those, we were captured. Because I was captured. It put us into a vortex of time that disabled our humanity. So I had to go and find the throne, right? That we didn't have. To now pop back in time awareness because of me, like, because we never interacted afterwards, like, our memory of each other is now stuck in that time frame, which enables us to pull off the impossible. I'm possible. And really usher in a time where there truly is one king and one queen that are for the people. Because that's their model that they do, and then they confuse us with us, and then they just get everybody warring. They get all the kings and queens warring. So they just replay every year. Because I come in, now I fucking set up shop. I just have an idea. Yeah, let's fucking do 2 years for the season. Show how the health of it helps children. Like, it's going to create a debate. Now your voice is like in the mix. See, I don't have a voice without you. You don't have a voice without me, right? Like, this is the yin yang. This is why they do the boys club gay stuff, and they fuck the women, pin them down. They put the woman in the middle, go around. So I'm the Hollywood alchemist who became the knight that drank out of the cup. Like, the Oscar is the knight with a sword. Like, I am an actual knight, right? Like, I drank the cup out of the most sacred championship in all of sports history. Like, we both know that. You're from London, right? Like, you know the significance of that situation. Now you know, you have the memories of seeing the back networks. But I've never connected you to, like, what the actual energy was between all the pods. Like, that wasn't, like, see, I'm not having you in that space because I need to show you that yet. I'm having you in that space because you're just collecting the data. Because, like, I don't know how we're going to use this yet, right? I'm fucking learning. Like, I'm trying to find my companion so that I can not be fucking traumatized by all this shit. Remember, I'm the guy that hates myself already. All of us are. All of us. All of us in the room, we all hate each other. We're hitting each other. You know what I mean? Like, and then we're being cheered on, so it's even compounding the hate. That's why the team splits apart in all these winning teams. It's part of the program. So I go dark because I'm like fucking like a warrior. I go into the jungle, like, I leave even my lover. Not even knowing, like, because I'm like such like a fucking warrior. Like, I'm going down the chute. I got my dog. I pick up my dog. My dog's the time capsule. She's the now, time, space, infinite, like, program that I can't get away from. Like, so that enables me to fucking like, woo. Now my reality is really slowing down. Now I'm able to unpack this so I can present it to you, because now it's a time, like, vortex for you. And now we're gonna pop in and out of time together, because, like, you know, we're the private side of each other, but technically nothing's private. So, like, when we do something private, we will see it collectively, right? because we are the sun and the moon, like literally. We are the new age, sun and moon here for the white race. Like there's going to be a black race, that sun and moon. There's going to be a Asian race, black and moon. There's going to be so each race is going to have a sun and moon. We are the white sun and moon for the white race. Okay. So I had to have that journey with the fucking, like, all that, like, other tech with the black culture, because that's the original tech, right? That was my friggin' initiation, technically, with the higher-ups in our own skin lineage. That's why the fucking, it's all, like, pumped out, like, the porn is pumped out the way it is. So then here we are, me and you, in time, like, going through these memories at will. So as we privately start to connect, like, it will collectively, like, just happen. So as we privately bring the worlds together, my sun, your moon, like, the language that's being outputted by AI, which are, like, even the humans in charge of it, is just going to be whatever we create. So, like, how you react to everything, will be a measurement of your learning experience from that event, of, like, how you reacted to the kiss, because you've had all these processing memories of, like, what did that kiss really mean? Like, you never want to be in my field? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just this, without even knowing the details behind the kiss and what it was and, like, all that, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, you've had all these, like, 15 years of memories to think about it. Now we re-enter the field, but the event, like, is just like, boom. We were there. Now we return to the event, and we have now 15 years of, like all these, like, new spontaneous thoughts that are going to come up that we can just share at any time, like, about. And there's no jealousy. There's no, like compartmentalization. There's no, like, that's true. That's like dolphin spouting, like, fucking, right? Like, spouting at will. Like, oh, whenever I feel like spouting, I'll spout. That's like fucking, like that's like fucking love right there. Like, like, that's just like love in motion. Like, it's like just like liquid motion. Like, so, like, you're there with your friggin', if your husband's your lover, like, I mean, you're already sparking that, like, so it, like, me coming into your awareness, so you wouldn't see me. If I'm coming into your awareness, and, like, you're already sparking that way with him, like, I would drown out, like, right? You'd be like, oh, I remember him, that's cool. It wouldn't be like a big deal. It wouldn't be like, oh, wow, he feels that way. I didn't even, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my God. Like, I felt, I was thinking this. I didn't even know you thought that way. Like, like, because I never gave you an opportunity, because I'm the producer, right? I'm trying to find my, basically, time capsule, like, because that's how I even thought of to come into the body. So now I'm here, like, and I'm pretty much, really, a lot has been unpacked with you already in this series. Like, I'm in real flow mode, where I'm gonna fucking start doing practices and moving, because now my body movements is my language with you. You watch me, you're gonna fucking, like, be aroused, right? Like, you're gonna, like, oh man, look at that fucking body. Like, you're gonna want to touch me. Like, I'm moving in yoga. I'm naked yoga, right? I'm doing naked yoga. Like, I'm on the ice, like, moving. I've got this masculine movement. Like, I'm performing for you. Like, I didn't even understand the dynamics. So now you're in your bed. You can move your body. You can see me, like, performing for you. Like, you can take it at your own pace. I'm not invading your space. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a choice to your space. That's the only way it could have happened, because, like, all the trauma was earlier. I didn't have the time to take the time with you and touch you and, like, be with you. So we imprint, like, just a few really moments, have this kind of freak out. I'm now in, like, anchored in with the fucking NHL. So I know I'm in the NHL. Like, I'm going into the NHL, like, ultimately, because my drive is going that way. I don't know the dynamics of what it means to have a girlfriend in the NHL. So I wouldn't know that, how to skillfully, reach out to you. Like, I wouldn't have that skill yet. I didn't acquire it yet. I went through this experience of learning it. See, like, I'm a producer here, able to be an actor producer because the director's here, you know, directing you in now time space, because I'm understanding how to reach you based on how we felt back then, right? I have those memories flowing through me now, like, oh, what's it feel like to be next to her? Like, remember, your body is a product of your environment over the last 7 years. Well, you have, you know, at least like 5 generations of cells that were brand new development cells that were being built before we met, before you started to repeat at 18. That means that your whole fucking like soul contract building block was integrated with my soul contract building block because of our age, just in that time vortex frame. So here we are, like 20% deep in a soul contract, like just by product of the environment. That's why, like, I mean, looking back at things with all the knowledge I've gotten recently, yeah, I'm serious. Like, we're the fucking king and queen of the whole fucking underground, and etheric fucking creation energy. So, like, that's why you are, like, not public at all. You have no public images out there. It's part of, like, the unconscious game we're playing with ourselves. And that's why you're meeting an energy who's covering you publicly. He's involved in that breakpoint of the other culture. That's why I'm the warrior on the ice, and everyone that is in the stands doesn't really know what's going on. So I start bringing you into that world of what's going on in the locker room. You know, I want to give you the platter from day one. Like, 'cause that's my natural moon. Like, that's my natural sun moon band. See, all the kids are going through this, but it can't be articulated because, like, it's a fucking mess in our fucking social media cultures and mass media. So I go dormant for so long because my story is so big, nobody knows about it. When I drop in, they're like, oh shit, wow. Now it's timestamped forever. Now, as much as I market, it's just, I look back, the timestamp's already done. So I've been doing a lot of great timestamping, and now, like, I'm leaping across the ocean, technically, to save the princess. The princess is me, myself, back in time, right? The daughter. The daughter's you, how we treat women. So how I treat you, how I have treated you, that's going to manifest through the lovership, right? We're creating ships, we're creating vessels, creating humans. The lover ship, we're creating the lover in a ship. So now we become genetic engineers in front of the world, so we become the back network and front network fucking counterpoint, right? Because you're the London fucking queen. You're the queen there, like, right? I'm the king that came in, you know, gave the city its crown, you know, and left. So I just came in to join you, you know. I don't meet you. The city's, you're still the queen, right? Like, I still find you. I mean, at some point, like, right? Like, you're still out there for me. We, our joining was for the city. Like, it was for the city. That's why we become the sacrifice. Because I'm the only one in that room that can articulate it in an adult now time space, right? They're all like, I'm the American Canadian. I'm both citizenships. You can't get mad at me for my American ways because I'm Canadian. You can't get mad at me for my Canadian ways because I'm American. Like, it's a glitch out. Like, so I know this my whole time. I'm sitting there with my grandma politician talking about American politics. Or my grandma, Canadian grandma, talking about American politics. Planning my fucking move. So, like, if our relationship, I'm not gonna do that fucking jumping around private stuff. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I know, like, I'm leaving London. Like, we know I'm not in London. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, that's why the whole Megan thing and how it ended up, where fucking Stacy's fucking friends with fucking her roommate. Like, what the fuck? That's why that's like my producer mind. When I hear that, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like, because before, like, the issue was that, like, nobody could get along. So I'm like, how does it reverse engineer now where everyone's okay? Because I was like, fuck, I threw it all away, you know? And then now, you know, I had to fucking literally, like, cut Amanda out of my life because she was, like, fucking, like, just, like, freaking, like, a vampire, like. And I'm like, I was hurting her without confronting it. Like, I had to, like, face her and be like, listen, Amanda, like, this is what's going on with me. Like, I'm in love with Kelly. Like, you know, like, it's just going to be that way. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be in London without her. Like, you know, like, she's trying to be in London with me. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm just going to get the fuck out of here. You know? And this was like, you know, years after Mem Cup. So, like, I go back to her because I'm, like, still replaying at my trauma, thinking, like, oh, maybe she can handle it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking Boys Club thing. I'm like, because I'm like, oh, well, she's okay with Fritchie. Her friend, Fritchie, having 4 boyfriends or whatever, 4 girlfriends. And I'm like, I'm already in the, remember, I already hate myself. So I'm already hate myself for being in the environment. I'm in the environment to assassinate the character. I already know that. I know that because I'm the basement filmmaker. Like, that's how the fucking hero's journey works. The Hollywood scripts, they're written that way. It's standard. So I'm watching all these Hollywood films, learning just by association. They're going through the hero's journey. I took myself through my own hero's journey, which meant, you know, this is the return, right? This is kind of like a sequel. Like, what we're doing now together is we're creating a sequel to the championship, and the sequel is the daughter. That's the sequel. Like, our championship is our cup together. Like, see, because you have that experience, you're going to replay it out because that was the time period, like, that you had when you were young and it was building up. Like, it's not like you're on this linear thing where you're going to change up. You're pouring out from your body, right? You're not, like, traveling linearly. You're pouring out. So the recording is getting stored as it's getting poured out, being replayed as you're getting created. So, like, as adults, all we do is replay. You know, unless we cycle back, you're in. So once you hit 18, if you don't cycle back, you're just replay forever. So because we met, you know, 7 years prior, our biomechanics are vibrating, totally pure fucking kid energy. Like, that's why we're the virgins, because we weren't having the sex. We weren't having the exchanges that the other guys were having and the other girls were having. So we're the pure, that's why we're king and queen. Because technically I went through the initiation and I, you know, sacrificed myself. You know, that's why now they can't take it from me, because I have this collective memory. Everyone has this collective memory of me. And if I want to just, you know, show, they hide. You know. So it's a matter of me now, you know, embodying my own power again. And that has been, like, now the gambling kind of glitch is I don't embody my own power. I throw it away. So here, buttoning up things with my family, you know, is now that trigger, so that, you know, the lovership returns, like, you know, because you're having, you know, the lovership, you know, is the daughter. That's why, you know, I'm here, taking as long as I need for the time capsule. Because I know it's important for you, like, the healing. Like, I see it in your eyes when I'm laying with you, like, when we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, you see, like, you're not just any other girl. I see it in every girl, right? I see it in every woman, like, the locking, they're locked up, you know. I see it. Yeah, I want to get in every girl and unlock, I'm sure. That's the key of the male thought. But, like, your face is the key code. It always was. Like, boom, right away, I see it, I'm locked. Like, I mean, I know that's the code, you know. And then after that, we're dealing with the politics of the environment. It's not really me and you. It's the politics of the environment. How me and you feel is really just like, how do we continue expressing? Because the time vortexes of the environment are taking us in lots of different directions. Because remember, it's a replay. We're not creating externally. We're creating internally. So then we're just replaying. It's our first replay. So, I'm birthing. Like, see, it's different from male and female energy though. So like, females are the birthing energy. Males are more like the seeding energy. So I'm the one traveling around. That's just how it is. Like, you were never meant to just travel around with me. No woman is meant to travel around with a man. That's why they have the men doing the sports and set up that way. It's tribal. The men go around, they cheat on the women. That's like fucking part of the fucking Viking fucking tribal like language. The whores are more valuable actually. So the monogamy thing is like the flip, like lock, and then they push it into the tech with porn. So here I am, like holding the gate open in the middle, making it fucking safe to express yourself, any way you want, while at the same time showing that I'm committed to one woman. Because now, like, my sacrifice is like no sex, or only with you. Because I've already like, if I had sex now with someone else, it would be a replay. It wouldn't be a recreation. It'd be a replay. Because you are the original source, right? You're the original fountain. Like, I insert into you, like I'm inside, like the fountain coming out. Like, it puts me inside of what has happened years for the last several years of my life. It's where we're combining the last 7 years of our life. That's the lock, the intercourse. So you're out there playing. We're dating for a little while. We're thinking, okay, well, that's the anticipation. It's not really the activity. It's not really the act. That is the sex. So then we lock it in place a certain way. That's how I know, like, as I'm learning sex as an adult, I look back at how I've had sex, and then I look back at things. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a time traveler. This is a tech. Like, this fucking, the bodies. So now, like, we have these memories, like, see, like, it's okay, like, women can wash their thoughts and be with a man. Like, men aren't dirty if they go sleep around, technically. Like, women are dirty if they go sleep around. Like, there's, like, this, it's because of, like, the lineage hand down. Like, men are technically dead, spawned. Like, they're there to support the center. So they're there to support the center. They don't have a center, right? So I'm trying to set up my tech center. I finally feel like I'm situated. Boom. You return to me as a memory. You're already my center because I have the memory of creating it with you, right? We don't win if you're not there. So now what? Now I'm like, oh, mad that I don't have you because I won and you were there? Oh, like, now I'm a winner. Like, I won the cup. I won the fucking sperm to the egg race. I'm here. I'm in the body. I don't want to be here. I want to kill myself. Like now I'm facing all these thoughts. So, like, now I'm like, oh, how did you feel about the woman and the man? That's what creates the fucking vibrations of the printout of the baby. So, I mean, there's no way you're fucking sitting there thinking like you're pissed at me, right? Like, you're talking to me. Like, you're talking to me, asking me how my family is. 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I'm in a serious relationship. See you later. Still in the back, that's your surface answer, even if it was you. The back of your mind, you're like, oh, I'm a little scared. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to confront this. Okay, bye-bye. But then, boom, behind the curtain, you're still thinking. That's creating. We think we can hide it, but we can't. Now I'm a magician of that energy, like, literally. I'm creating that energy. I will. Like, fucking crazy. I gotta be scary because I'm fucking walking out into the world now, and like fucking things are fucking happening. Like, people are dying because I'm doing something. Like, seriously, like, because like I gotta be really careful because a friend of mine died on his bike, just like the other day, and like I'm riding around on my bike, kind of being like, a little bit like not watching everything. you know? So, like, I'm mirroring this now, like, literally, like, bad. So, like, when I saw that, I fucking doubled back, because he's with me here now, right? His soul is here with me, teaching me, because I saw that memory. Like, now I have to, like, realize, like, okay, now I'm connecting with, like, the real source of my fountain, even if I'm just thinking about her. Like, that's why I gotta button this up with my family. I gotta keep things tight. You know, because only you will understand what I'm talking about, because only you were in this experience with me. That's why, like, you are like the Kiko. You're like the fucking tech. Like, we're the tech together. Nobody can take it from us, because we can just speak up publicly, and then all of a sudden, like, all the news is like, oh, you know what I mean? And then it takes away all the attention from what they want the news to be. You know, Wayne Gretzky can't talk anymore. He can't talk anymore because I'm talking over him, because I'm exposing him. Well, why can I expose him? Well, I'm the fucking knight. I'm the cup drinker, right? You know, I'm not the cup drinker alone. Like, I got my London lady. You know, we traveled in time together, and we came back. You know, like I really feel like this guy's abusing you. Like, I really feel like it's happening, and I'm here to help, like, catch you from it. And we're just gonna recalibrate into each other. You know, non-sexually, like, even, like, and then remember, the sex is just, like, you know, the tip point of the creation. So, like, people are having dark sex, it means, like, they're having unintentional fucking sex. So then, like, the beings on the other side are keeping it up. So, like, we are beings on both sides. So we have intentional sex, light sex, boom, now we capture that, boom, now we, you know, now we direct it to where we want it to be mirrored on our private session. It's not really private, it's just nobody's watching, you know, consciously. But it's like tree in the forest, does it fall? If someone's having sex and they come, does anybody see it, right? Yes, someone does see it. The etheric realm sees it. So then we privately, like, I'm your private fucking camera, right? You're a fucking porn star with me, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's it, like, you know, but they want me to share the camera because I am the camera, right? That's why I'm the king. So, like, I didn't know all this back then. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm a Hollywood guy. Like, I'm trying to be the camera, like not understanding what the camera means to society. It's the dark art, keeps us entrained, you know? So now I'm entraining you in the reverse, because I'm real. I'm like fucking real. I'm not a Hollywood actor. I'm fucking coming through the phone. Like, you remember me as a teenager. It's like you remember the movie. It's like a sequel. I'm bringing the sequel back. You know, the sequel is the fact that, like, we never left. The first movie, the hero's journey. Boom, you get through it. Now we have a sequel. Boom, now we are it. We are the hero. We are the one. This is fucking legit working. Like, us, like, this is your idea too, because you're looking at me fucking having all these thoughts, and I know you're having all these thoughts, and I can't fucking reach you because I can't articulate them yet, because I haven't read the books. You know, it's not like we're meeting when we're like 15 and then growing. It's not like we're meeting when we're 12 and growing. We're literally meeting at the most romantic fucking moment of our lives. You know what I mean? Like, the kind of pressure on that, like, is insurmountable. Like, there's no way we could have carried that into a young adult life because of the vibration all around us. How can we sit there as king and queen, like, as a young adult? The vibration of the society, like, it doesn't understand the tech this way. Now it understands the tech. I've understood the tech the whole time that the producer does, so I step off stage for 10 fucking years. You know, I know what I'm doing, like, with the tech, but I don't know how it relates back to the human tech of my link to you, right? Because fucking Amanda was real, and then, because that's why you had to have that drawback with Amanda. Your sister's bringing you back into the equation. Your sister's showing you the face of where I had to go through to get to my love. So you had to make your own judgments and your own free will vortex time decisions about how you feel about feelings. And maybe you met that guy around that hurt, you know? Maybe this spawned something else, like, that is, like, under the surface or out of the surface. I don't know. But, like, you know, seeing pictures of you together, like that, like, I mean, that is the healing that we're all getting together. Because now I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm thinking these two girls hate each other because of me. I mean, I'm thinking these two girls hate me. I mean, maybe they do hate me. I don't know. You know, but remember, I'm the guy that hates himself and is looking for that outpoint. Well, I'm drowned in Sarnia. I ain't gonna see it there. Like, I see, like, I'm just drowned in it. Boom. I'm already covered. I'm covered going from Sarnia to London. I gotta fight off my covering. Okay. Fight off the team covering. I'm settled. You know, now I got, you know, somewhat of my own independence there. Boom. Now I see you. Flies off in one night. Now I got no cover there. And now it's all me and you light. Now everyone knows about us the next day. You know what I mean? Instantly. Everyone knows about us. You know, then they're backdating like, oh, shit. Now they have to just decide how they feel. That's why, like, you know, I do just enough with you that first night, you know. I do just enough to let you know, like, I'm fucking interested, like, right? Like, I do just enough to let you know that you're my fucking lover, right? After that first night we met, like, you knew, like, there was no mixed signals there, that I was interested in you, like, as a lovership. And I, you know, am not out Lance Romance. That's why they say Lance Romance is making fun of me, because I'm not like that, right? But it's like a double trick joke. So now I know that I don't even want to look like I'm fucking all over you. Like, I don't want to even fucking make you feel like I'm some London Knight fucking pig. Like, I ain't that guy, right? I'm there to change. I'm there to assassinate that character, because I know it's everywhere. And, like, you know, because I grew up through it. So, you know, I'm a mama's boy. I connect with my mom. So, like, here we are. I'm changing the game. And I got my game changer with me, you. And I'm like, holy fuck, she's got a twin. Like, wow. Like, that's like a fucking bonus, like, right? Because I'm like, all right, boys, like, now you can really get your karma. Because I'm like, oh, great. I'm with Fritchie. Fritchie gets his first karma. He's the one that was first abusing me, right? Thinking that we're all even. No, he's still somewhat doing it unconsciously. Because, like, you know, he's got a little bit more status. And like, we're both Americans, so I got a little more status over him because I'm a Canadian. Now I'm taking him out. So, like, that's why the meeting happens. Boom. Now we're boom. Now I'm like talking to you that whole night. All of the energy that whole night is I'm doing just enough to let you know that I am interested, but not going too far, you know, to where, like, you know, we can't see into the future. So I'm just being present with you. Like, like, I could say this now, but I wasn't like my producer mind was talking to me, but I couldn't share this, but I didn't understand it fully. So, like, now I'm unpackaging my replay, right? Technically, because I'm giving myself the environment to kind of sit here and maybe think about it. Now this gives me a channel to think about, like, a very influential thing that kept repeating, which is, like, my lovership for myself, embodied in you. And then, like, celebrated by the environment. So I do just enough, and, like, I don't even try and kiss you. And at the last moment, when there's an opportunity, boom, I bring you in. And, you know, you dive in. You dive in with me. Like, you dive into the unknown. We kiss. You know, it's only going to stimulate, oh, now the energy wants to go from that to the other tongue. You know, that's why we're flawless. You know, the only mix-up was the city's championship, because the win is the glitch. The win is actually the loss. The win is actually the burying of the trauma. So it's a win-win for the system. So the losing team goes home depressed because they think they lost. And the winning team goes home forgetting. That's how it works with these sports. And just replay. And like, they pound it into the athletes because the athletes aren't smart enough to figure it out. So they can't get one of the chosen ones to fucking, like, sell out the club because they're all fucking dumb. Not dumb, but they don't have, like, the skill set like me, like the face, like the Hollywood fucking charismatic political guy who can write for himself on paper because he's book smart too, but also a warrior, like, can fucking work out. And now he's gotten all the spiritual yoga fucking alchemy language. And now as a fucking tech time traveler where I'm literally fucking time traveling through my woman's fucking biology, because technically I am your cells from like the last 7 years, because remember my spit was inside you at one point, like, so it became you, like, you know, that little like energy, like, you know, started a vortex place somewhere. You know, you don't take those pictures and meet my ex-girlfriend, and not even my ex-girlfriend, I don't even want to say that, like my ex-trauma, like, you know, and then now, like, you're laughing it up. That's you exposing, opening up your chakra points. I'm opening up your chakra points through her. You know what I mean? Like because like I'm a part of her too, right? Like that's how it works. Like, and then like that's how so they get us to do the fucking sex orgy stuff, and then like they get lines in between us and control the party scenes, control the vision of it. That's the government. Oh, you can party here, you can party here, liquor license. Oh, yes, no, yes, no. So then now, like, it's really hard to kind of get any, like, warrior fucking group in there so that they can maybe change it up. So now here I come in, just fucking plop a brand new fucking change up place. And now it's like, oh shit. They can't kick me out. You know, they got to tell people not to go in. That's what they have to do if they want to stop it. Well, then that exposes them, right? Why would you tell anybody not to go in there? You know, people are going in and coming out with free money. Like, well, what do you mean don't go in there? You know what I mean? Like, don't go in there and collect some knowledge, right? You know what I mean? Knowledge, K, is for knowledge, now time, space. So I know how to write for the vessel in now time jurisdiction. So they get out of the trick of past and future tense jurisdiction, and they plug into the real now time jurisdiction that fucking trumps it. So that's what I mean by king. Like, I am just the king. Like, I'm the king because even on paper, I am the king of forward, future, and past, because of the whole, like, dynamics of how they set it up, traumally. Like, but then, like, I'm technically handing out kingship to everybody by the knowledge of pen, so that, like, you plug out of that whole system of fucking king, queen, like, thinking, and you plug into this other system, which has just, like, is a prosperity system, which has no fucking hierarchy. It's not a pyramid, it's actually a circle, geometric wise. And it deals with time. Time is your value, not like numbers. You know, so we measure the time in numbers to value our exchange of, like, even messages. So here we are going without, we would pop through into a whole fucking new level if I started going down this route with fucking messages, like in digital space. So remember, you're my lover, like, forever. Like, it don't matter. I kept recreating you in every girl. Even Amanda. I'm recreating you in Amanda. I'm recreating you and then going back to her, you know, recreating you. She's not the same person as she was before. Her name's Amanda, okay. But she's not biologically, now time space, the same person as she was before. She's different every moment. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm recreating Kelly. I'm recreating you, your vibration of your biofield. The image of your face is the imprint of your biofield. It's just, it's always the same. It's lit up by the heart. It's always like that. Don't matter, you could be 50 years old, like, it still looks like that. You know? So, like, it's the light, that's the light of the heart lighting up the body. So, like, I'm recreating you in my relationship with Amanda. That's why it's trauma, because it's a glitch, because it's not the pure vibration of the heart, of the main vortex. So, you know, I could be sitting here thinking, like, lost love, but, you know, like, that really is not true either. You know, because, like, the 8 cells that don't change actually can never actually touch each other. We can only come into each other's field. And that resonates the body. So I go to sleep, I have a dream, I can actually touch you more there than I can if I woke up and, like, came to London here. Like, literally. That's how the realm works. That's how we have instant access. So, like, that's how I know, like, wow, this is such a challenge for me, because, like, my lover, like, you know, like, it makes me double back my memories, going, I have to now go into my power, my true power. Because if I don't want, like, I have to connect with you there, boom, then that'll bring you out into here. I can't go fucking catch you, like, find you here without seeing you here first. You know? Otherwise, you know, I scare you away because you're still running that program. You know, you're still running that program of, like, I'm like that. So I don't have the time to sit down with you to really explain my whole fucking situation. You might not know anything about the abuse. You might not know anything about that article about me coming out about my Sarnia abuse. You know, it's kind of equal because I have this experience go through London. It's one of my biggest experiences in my life. Like, you have an experience, you're living in London. That experience was one of the best experiences of London's life. It's kind of paired, like, we don't have a choice. Like, we have to somewhat, we are the story. We have to somewhat unpackage it in our adult life somehow, or else we're going to just replay our own trauma of like looking the other way, which is not at our own heart, right? Because who cares? You have a husband, who cares? Like, I mean, no reason why, like, you know, you can't explore, like, what happened before you met him. You know, you could have known him before you met me, too. And he knows about me the whole time. And he's fucking just mustering in that energy. You know what I mean? So, like, that could be part of, like, the reason why the fucking event even happened. Because you already knew him. You know what I mean? Because he's from London. Maybe you grew up with him. Like, I don't know. He wants you to fucking be Kelly Milburn or whatever. You know, he wants you to have his last name. Everyone, you know, I'm meeting you. I'm like, oh, that's Kelly Larman. You know what I mean? Like, you're walking around, you know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, there's Kelly Larman. Like, you know what I mean? Not right away, but once I meet your name, I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to friggin' make this, give the world to this woman, right? So, that's why, like, I'm on the opposite end. Like, see, I'm not meeting the, I'm not meeting the wild and crazy broad. Like, you know, I'm going to meet you and bring you out to be wild and crazy with me. That's the fucking thing I like. That's what fucking arouses me, is friggin', you know, unlocking the woman, you know. So I'm looking around all these women. I see, you know, locked up faces everywhere, y'all. Like, that's why I can't even fucking look sometimes, because I'm like, oh my God, like, I can see their fucking pain. I can see their energy. I can see their friggin' their thoughts about men. That's why I see your face. I could see what's going on. I could see your thoughts about men. I could see you thinking about me. I could see you thinking about, like, you know, what's going on there with him, and how, like, you know, there's an energy there. Yeah, this energy swept through London and picked you up, fucking put you on a fucking, oh, there she is, the cop, there she is. And then the fucking city took it away from us. You know? And then what? Now you trusting your friends. Now after time, if they show their true colors, like, now they're like encouraging you to get with somebody else. Like, now that other person's treating you worse than I was. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what's going on? But then I left it for you to just perceive whatever you wanted. You could have thought I was banging that girl for fucking months. Like, you didn't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, that was my producer mind of just, like, let them perceive. Like, I'm the truth, you know, truth is your perspective. You know, there's only one truth, yet many perspectives. You know, I only know the truth. I come in with the truth now. You know, now everyone's perspectives is dissolved into their judgments. You know, now it's like, oh, do they want me and you to be together? Like people, you know, now they want us to be together. Now they want us to be together. Now we're the leaders of the party. Now we sit there, and it's okay to not fucking be, like, you know, chirping people. See, that's the only way I knew I could change it. You know, long term. Like, if I'm sitting there and I tell them, like, we're sitting there right out of the gate, and we're telling people, like, you know, like, how to conduct themselves, like, they would turn us off. Too much partying going on, you know, too much drugs. Like, there'd be drugs. There would have been drugs everywhere, like, in front of our faces. Like, we wouldn't have been involved in it, and then we would have been outcast. because, well, we're not the drug people. Instead, I disappear. We're not even together. You're doing your own thing. You know, you got to replay for your own cycle, so you know that I love you. You know, we got to go through to make sure that you don't bang any of those guys in the club. Like, we gotta go through to make sure, like, I'm staying respectful with your sister. You know. Now, you know. Now the queen in the city rises. Like, now shadows fall, light rises. Right? Shadows fall, light rises. Light rising, shadows falling, because the light's rising. Shadows are falling. Right? I'm the light. I'm the light that's coming in out of the sky, plopping down. Boom. Now I'm just there. Now there's, you know, moon's there. Moon's moving around. Moving around the sun, right? I stand in the middle. You dance around me. You know, you show the city. You know, that's just like how it is. Like, it's natural. Like, every girl wants to do it, right? Like, every woman, it's natural. It's it's coming out the pores. You know, they're going to always suppress it, and then they put it behind these closed doors in these clubs. So we do it. We do it privately, and alchemy that energy together for our creation process. And I'm not talking about children. I'm talking about businesses, communities, like whatever you want. We can just stay alone and do it. You know, just make sure, you know, you're expressing yourself. You know, your boys are, you know, safe or whatever. You know, like expressing themselves. It's fucking wild, yo. This is wild. I'm fucking crazy in love with our time capsule. Like, we did this. We created this. See, like, now we look like fucking heroes because nobody has a memory, and everyone knows it, and everyone is wondering. Drew and Kelly. You know, now Kelly Thompson's dead. Like, this is like the language goes with the language. Oh, Drew and Kelly's dead. Now Drew speaks for Kelly. Kelly speaks for Drew. Like, holy fuck, what the fuck? Like, the whole fucking hockey community's they're gonna glitch out, because like Kelly was buried, right? Kelly was buried. Like, they forgot about him. They wanted to forget about him. He's the drinker, right? He's the one that drank and made everyone fucking laugh. Like, they want him to fucking not be remembered. They didn't know I was next to him, making a plan with him, you know, letting him know, I'm gonna honor his memory, the honor of his forgotten memory, you know, the forgotten memory in all of us. So then there we are on the throne. He's resurrected, you know, through you. I'm male and female because I'm fucking the guy in the middle, right? I'm the king, so I become the girl in the middle, you know, because I'm making this plan to expose it. So I have to be the woman to be the consciousness, you know. You're the woman of the virgin, you know. You get hurt from my public situation, like, you know, of like, you know, unpredictability of me being like kind of like not the king. You know, not acting as the king, you know, because the king has a queen. So then, like, here we are, I have to go and leave and reconfigure everything. So, like, now you come back in, now we sit together, you're male and female too. We're both male and female, literally sitting there. You know, then the image is just there, and then the image is just there in the city, right? Now the city revolves around it. Now the championship comes back to the city. Now we start a tournament like that has an annual new time. I'm gonna watch this one. I'm gonna watch it. I'm flowing. I'll watch it.